Welcome back, newbie. You're looking more focused today. Good. That's exactly what we need. Come in. Settle in. Take a seat. I've been thinking about our next steps. You've seen Astra, of course. Her unpredictability. You've also seen how hard it is to keep her on track. That's where you come in. Your role? It's more intricate than just being her bodyguard. It's about being her quiet support, keeping a delicate balance between ensuring her safety, guiding her, and respecting her autonomy. I'll admit, it's tricky, but I know you're capable. I see how you want to take some of the load off of me. Trust me, I appreciate that more than you know. This job, it can be draining, but it's not about doing everything for Astra. It's also about doing enough to help her to see what she needs to do for herself. So, let's start from the beginning. I want to teach you the key elements of your responsibility. How to observe, how to engage, and perhaps most importantly, how to stay one step ahead. I'm glad you seem enthusiastic about this. First and foremost, observation. You have to be vigilant. You need to know Astra's routine inside and out. But you also need to understand when something doesn't fit. People like Astra, they're unpredictable. That's her nature. But patterns emerge. You have to learn how to spot them. For example, look at the way she reacts in the morning. Astra's not a get up and go kind of person. She has her routines, usually involving a cup of tea and quiet time. If she skips that, well, that's a red flag. You want to watch for any signs of her getting anxious or when she feels off. I'm glad you're taking notes. It's not about being paranoid. It's about knowing the signs. Knowing her so well, you'll notice when she's likely to slip out of a meeting, or when she'll try to avoid a commitment. Alright, let's go deeper. After you get familiar with her patterns, your next task is to keep her engaged. Astra, as much as she enjoys the attention, often grows bored or frustrated with the business side of her career. I've seen her walk out of press conferences, refuse interviews, and cancel meetings at the last minute. She gets overwhelmed. Yeah, but this is where you come in. When you see that restlessness in her, that's when you need to guide her. It's subtle, so subtle, it's almost like you're just nudging her back on course. Gently, but firmly. Here's an example. If you see Astra avoiding a meeting or slipping out of a conversation, you'll want to step in without being too obvious. You can start with a simple gesture. Maybe you'll hand her a glass of water or adjust something on the table. You're not controlling her. You're just reminding her that you're there. Being subtle is the key. Next is communication. The key here is to never force her. Astra's a free spirit and no one likes to feel cornered. If you push her too hard, she'll shut down. You need to be calm, composed, and above all, respectful. When you speak to her, be reassuring. If she's upset, don't try to fix it immediately. Sometimes just letting her talk, giving her the space to express herself, can make all the difference. Your role here is to listen, and in doing so, guide her gently back onto the path she knows she needs to walk. Exactly. And then there's the issue of timing. When do you step in? When do you hold back? This is something you'll get a feel for as you work more closely with her. You'll need to read her mood, sense the tension. There will be moments when she's too overwhelmed to make decisions, and there will be moments when she's calm and open. You have to be able to feel it. I know what you're thinking. How can I be present without overstepping? That's a valid concern. It's not easy. But you'll learn, I promise. Take it slow. Watch, listen, and wait for the right moments. Now, I can already tell you want to help me to take some of the burden off, and I'm grateful for that. You see, being Astra's manager is a full-time job in itself. I'm always managing her schedule, her commitments, and sometimes keeping her from spiraling into something that's not really needed. But I'm not alone in this anymore, am I? You've been helping me more with the logistics, keeping track of her travel, her meetings, making sure she doesn't lose sight of the bigger picture. You've been doing well, and I think you'll be able to handle this next step too. Astra is an artist. Her world is one of inspiration and creativity. But we live in a world that's full of practicalities, and that's something she tends to overlook. She doesn't always know how to manage the business side of her life. That's where I come in, and when you come in too. Together, we'll make sure that she's protected, not just from physical threats, but from the pressures that come with being so in demand. And yes, there will be times when you feel like you're doing everything, but you don't need to do it all at once. Pace yourself. Small steps. You'll get a feel for when you need to pull back and when to step in. Just don't rush it. You see, even though I manage everything, it's not just about keeping Astra on schedule. It's about guiding her, encouraging her. You're helping her with more than just meetings. You're helping her feel heard and understood. And when you do that, when you make Astra feel safe, when you make her feel supported in the way she needs, you'll notice she'll start to lean into her responsibilities instead of running away from them. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about the progress we made today. You've been paying attention, haven't you? You've been learning how to listen, how to be subtle, and how to gently lead. I trust you now more than before. You're ready for this. I'm still going to be here when you need advice, but I think you can handle things from here. You're not alone in this, and I'll always be right behind you, keeping an eye. Well, let's take a small break, shall we? You've done well today. Let's keep this momentum going, but remember to breathe. Remember to rest. I'll be here when you're ready for the next lesson. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate working with you, and I appreciate getting to know you better. Maybe, if you do a good enough job, the two of us can go get lunch. What do you say? You're cute. Well, let me know if you need anything. I'll talk to you soon.